Real quick, make sure that we're live. Oh, why isn't that coming in here? Dang it all. Stream information. Yes, come on, connect.
Soy Boy Chloe is 110% organic, non-GMO.
Gender misogynistic oppression. Okay. Oh wow, I already got 6 people. Alright, I gotta make a change here to something. She sounds like literally the Wicked Witch of the West. That's why I did that meme. I could have done it better, but she is just like, I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. Ugh, she's such a crack. Come on already, come on. Okay. Alright, so now let me go to my YouTube. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Maybe I don't. For me, it was just nailing down to just a couple different segments, because I always get too wrapped up in trying to do talk about so many things, you know? And, okay, cool. So it did make that one go live. Okay, perfect. So I can close that out. Finally, Restream, you're starting to work correctly. Okay. And then we got this one here. This article. Okay. We're going to start out on memes. Okay. All right. Well, we might as well. You still hear me, Robert?
Yep. They hear us.
Yeah, they can. So don't say anything we shouldn't
Okay.
say right now.
Pretty much any.
Okay, guys, how are we sounding out here? We're going to give you a sound check. Give me some 5x5s, as Joe says. Give me some 5x5s for me. And then I'm going to have Robert check. So I know there's music going on, but just give it to me. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Or maybe I should take the music out. I'm just going to... I'll see what they say. All right.
Says you sound great.
Sounds great. Great. Good. So now you go, Robert. Talk for a little bit.
All right. Mic check. Sounding good, I hope. So just say Rob sounds good. Or looks good. Either way. What's up,
Saturday
Benny?
afternoon to Robert
Nice to see you all. Thank you all for being here.
Yes. Thank you, guys. How's Robert sound, guys? Keep talking, Rob.
They sounding all right? Geez, when I'm on the spot, I have nothing to say.
All right, 5x5 louder than usual, so better than norm. Just wanted to watch a survival guy's skin and gut a rat and cook it.
More volume, it says.
Where?
A little low.
Who said that to you?
For me. Do you want me to turn it up on my
I
end?
actually do not. Hang on a second here. Let me pause this other sound.
Okay.
So now talk, because you're pretty loud coming into my system.
Okay.
Here.
Can everyone hear me now? Good enough? Yeah, I hear you, little dumpling. Wow. If my sound's a little low, I'm one of the loudest people I know. So,
Yeah, because I don't know. You're coming in through talk.
okay, still talking.
So see, yeah, if I pull
Mic
you
check
down, if I pull
says
you down,
better.
it pulls my the desktop audio down. So we're just gonna go with this. We're starting out here. So we're going live.
Sounds good to me.
Everybody, welcome to SJG Perspective Saturday stream. This is going to be a lot of fun. We have some good subjects to talk about, and as you guys all heard before and saw in the updates, we have the notorious Robert Noerr with us. And so I'm going to be bringing him on in 1 second. But before we jump into this stream today, I want to remind everybody, please hit the like button right now. Please share it out to your social media. Tell your friends out there that don't know about us. Man, you've got to come over and watch these guys. They are amazing. And you got to tell them that and bring them over. So share it out on Facebook, share it out on your Twitter, your Twitter, whatever it is, your Parler, whatever it is that you have some followers, share it out right now. Just share it, share it, share it. And then if you're new to the stream, hit the bell notification because YouTube doesn't like us very much and they don't notify. So anyways, okay, so let me bring on discussion view right. Let me bring on Robert to say hello. There you are, Robert. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, how's it going? Thank you so much for being here, everyone, and thanks for having me on, SJG. I really like it.
No, this is my pleasure, man. I appreciate it. It's so cool because you and I, we've just been volleying back and forth on the same level with our subs as we grow. So we were like, and we all met on drones. So it's fun. And you're starting to blow me away. And I think you're going to. I think you're just going to blow up. And I'll be like, Robert, remember me, man, because we were friends back when you only had a couple hundred and I only had a couple hundred. So. No.
Well, I think I was fortunate that I did the panel discussion Monday, which helped me out with subscription. So you'll be on there soon.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'm committed to one of the things. I'm sure you agree with me. I think that independent content creators, especially us that are friends and agree with each other, but even those that disagree with us, I'm committed to doing whatever I can, even to get voices from the other side, as long as it's not the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Any voices other than that.
That was so funny because when I didn't make it onto that panel that night, and that's fine. I loved moderating, and I got a bunch, man. I broke my 1,000 realm that night. So I did, I love being just helping. You know, I'm in this just to be networked with all of these great content creators and guys. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking before we did that stream, I was driving home. I'm like, you know what? The reason why they want to shut us down, demonetize us, shadow ban us, do all of this is because they can't control the narrative. And the deep state, the MSN, mainstream media, they have controlled the narrative for so long. Technology is at the point now where you can have a damn good camera, software to run your switches to make it entertaining and engaging. And we can talk about what we know to be true and what's going on out there. And they can't control us. So it's like we really are the voice right now of news and of really what's happening. And they hate it, man. They hate it. So, yeah.
That's absolutely right. And what's important to remember is, like I always say, they can't win the argument, which is why they have to tighten their control even more and tighten the censorship even more.
Yeah.
The information warfare, the information battle, it is key to every issue, every single one, no matter what your concern is. If you're a Second Amendment person as your primary concern, even if you're a climate control, it's someone on the left, right? As long as they are the gatekeepers of all information, we'll never be able to have an honest discussion on how to make the country and the world a better place. So yeah, it's important. That's why they can't control us if they don't control the information. And that's why I think we're important.
Yeah,
Plus,
absolutely.
We're hilarious, so that's good too.
And good looking. Don't forget good looking.
Right.
I mean, we are. I'm going to pull over some of my notes over to here, which I should have probably done right before, but just so I have them later when we're flowing. And then we're going to jump into some meme time, man, and just start this thing off. Let some people pour in here and have some good laughs because I got some good memes that are going to make everybody chuckle on this Saturday afternoon. And I'm really excited to go through them. Then our program, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Virginia. We're going to watch a video from Storm Cloud's Gathering, which I don't know. Did you watch that one?
I did.
Isn't that interesting as heck?
Yes.
And do you have some stuff to talk about on that? Because
I definitely do.
I wanted to get your thoughts on this for so long because this guy was talking about this back in 2014 when nobody was, and I got me into it. And then I've been for the longest time wanting to get you on and talk about this video because you guys are going to love this video. It's about a 10-minute video we're going to break down, and I'm telling you what, it's going to be you stick around for it because I can't wait to hear with everything Robert knows about the Ukraine and all that stuff. I can't wait to hear his input on some of this stuff, man. So stick around for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then we're going to talk about Russia and Russia just hacked Burisma, and the left and the Democrats are freaking out and already trying to control and spin the narrative that we can't believe anything they have to say, and they're already trying to mess with the election. And that drives me crazy because they're trying to mess with the election by getting truth out about how corrupt the Democrats are. That's how they're trying to screw with the election. Let them screw with it. That's my thought on that. But then we're going to also hit on this Lev Parnas stuff coming out. We have a Como segment, Como. Is it Como? Is it or Coma?
Cuomo.
Cuomo. Oh, I thought it was Como, like you're putting a coma kind of a thing. Yeah. Then we're going to talk. We're going to tear apart Don Lemon and Chris Como also, and we're going to talk about Project Veritas, and then maybe some other stuff. But it's going to be a great discussion. I can't wait. Stick around, guys. But before we do any of that stuff, let's get our laugh on with a little Meme Time with Steven. Oh yeah, here we go. So we're gonna take some turns here reading these, and you can read those too, right? Can you see
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so I'll start this one off. We got the Mexican word of the day, everybody. Joe Biden, and below it is Joe biting my ear off without my permission. Mexican word of the day. All right, moving on. And we're gonna also these meme times actually encourage some discussion on serious stuff. We laugh, but we're like, and if you have thoughts on those, Robert, jump in when we do this. Take this next
sure.
one. You'll like it.
Okay, we got Mexican word of the day, believing. Trump will not believe in the White House in 2020. I tend to agree. Though they'll try their damnedest to be corrupt and ensure it doesn't happen.
Yes, this is true. All right. And I don't know, these are in no particular order, and some of them are mildly inappropriate, so you're just going to have to, So, anyways, this one is a Muslim strip club. It's a bunch of goats, if you can't quite see it on your little phone. Shaved in a butt. So I thought that was kind of funny. Totally not appropriate. YouTube will not find that humorous, but that's why I do. Okay, so you take this one if you can see it, Robert.
My eyes aren't that good. It says, you better read it. I
Okay,
can't see it.
says-
It's a little small.
It says, it's Trump, right? You guys all see that. This is a smaller one, sorry. It says, I may not use tobacco, but I'm about to light up a camel. It is funny. It is. Can you read that one?
Yeah, it says how pro-choicers think pregnancy work. Month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a half second after birth of baby.
So
How
it's-
pregnancy actual
yeah.
works, and then it shows the development of a fetus.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, hey, man, that's one of the issues. Look, like a serious point on this. I think most people are somewhere in between on abortion. Like, they don't think life begins at conception. Certainly, a lot of Christians do, which is fine. But you start to see what the Democratic Party is about. They're not just for reasonable, responsible abortion. They're for abortion 8 months and
And beyond.
28 days into the pregnancy. It's disgusting. You see the laws they're trying to push.
Yeah, it is. It is disgusting. A clump of, but they refer to it all as a big clump of cells all the way through the 9th month, and then half a second after it's born, it's a baby. So yeah, I just thought that was not really that funny, but kind of enlightening, but also just like, you know what I mean. So this one here with the latest of Bernie, right? Bernie, make gulags great again.
Red lines are easier in gulags.
Hey, what happened to that whole thing with Veritas? I tried looking for that video. Is it still out there? What, did they shut it down? Or is there more videos coming out? Or what's going on with that?
There were 2 that I saw, and they said there'll be more coming out. But there was the initial, the first day, which is what I covered, and I think you covered. And then they had a second day that was kind of just other people in Bernie's camp that were praising this Jurek guy. But I mean, again, my take is I'm sure we'll talk more about it, but I don't blame Bernie for not knowing everyone in his camp. But this is a man who said that he thinks bread lines are a good thing. So
yeah,
take from that what you will.
Yeah. Hey, Rational, I see you were in here. I thought you were too tired, man. But if later on you're still around in the chat hanging out and you want to jump on, just give me the thumbs up and remember to hit live chat and peeps so YouTube doesn't censor what you're at. Yeah, and then if you want to moderate for me too, Rash, if you're going to be around for a while, that'd be cool. But if you want to jump on later, then we could probably bring you on pretty quick. So, anyways, let's keep going here. We got some good ones. It says, how white leftists see themselves after complaining about white people online.
That's absolutely it.
Isn't that just so true? Sad but true. This one doesn't have any words. It's just Donald Trump or somebody that looks like Donald Trump painting the Groiper frog or the Pepe on the
Pepe,
wall. Yeah. Oh, that's just fun to spin up the libtards, the libertardos. It's great. We've got a D-Liver in here. Welcome in, D-Live person. So, you can take that one. This one's irrational.
It's Biden telling Michelle Obama, sorry, I only grope women. I think more than I think an even better meme would have been children, which seems to be his target audience.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine, if you will, a society that thinks a planet's temperature can be controlled by giving money to the United Nations. That was kind of funny. But
yeah,
it's true. That's what makes it funny. All right. Can you read that one?
It says, so you got Omar pointing in Talib there. It says, give us one good reason well, you killed the #1 terrorist in the world. And Trump says some people did something. Yeah, which is knocking on. Was it Tlaib or Omar?
It was Omar. It was Omar.
Yeah.
It was Omar that said that. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Which, to be completely fair, I think that got a little twisted out of context of what she was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It certainly did. Look, I defended Tlaib and Omar. I think that we get gung-ho on, you can't criticize Jewish people or that somehow makes you an anti-Semite. Look, when they said about it's all about the Benjamins, to me, that was just arguing about lobbying. I have no problem with that. So, and, I do think it was taken out of context. But I do think, even though we don't have definitive proof, their actions belie that they seem to be a little too sympathetic to a lot of these terrorists and things like that.
No, I mean, it's not even just a little bit. It's a lot of it.
Right.
I mean, they for sure are not, but I totally agree. Says there will be obvious and tangible cost-cutting measures taken when America fully embraces socialism. Socialism. You really don't need toilet paper if there's no food.
That's actually that's a discussion we should have at some point. This idea of, you have to ask yourself, when you're talking about things like income inequality, what would you rather have? Income inequality being zero, but everyone poor? Or people, even the poor people, being a little more wealthy, but the inequality. And I think that people like Bernie and a lot of these socialists, look, there's a discussion to be had about income inequality, no question, but they would rather us all be poor. I think then hey, no income inequality when no one has income, right?
Right, exactly. It all works itself out in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's tiny, so I'll read it. I don't even why I threw that up there, but it's Adam Schiff, and it says, we now have reason to believe Trump may have ripped the tag off of his mattress in 1987. Oh. Okay, you take that one.
It says, when someone tries to shoot you, but the gun control laws kick in. Right.
The Matrix.
They'll save us all.
Yeah, it'll save us all. No, you can't be hurt if gun laws are there for us. So, hearing this woman talk about the Constitution and the Founding Fathers is like listening to Satan quote scripture. That is so freaking true to me, though, and it's so evident. And yet, the left, all the TDSers, the Trump derangement syndromers, cannot get through the fact that the hypocrisy is glaring from the left. We're going to talk about later this whole thing about, I think I have the video up where Don Lemon is talking to this guy about how terrible it was that Yanovich was surveilled, right? That this new scandal out that the Trump administration surveilled Yovanovitch. Are you effing kidding me right now? Now they care about surveillance? You know what I mean? To me, that's really rich.
SJG, this might blow your mind, but did you know that my boss also checks in on my work and surveys me? Crazy, right? Isn't that what a crazy story?
Yeah. Exactly. That is so true. I get surveilled every week, 5 days a week. And my boss will sometimes watch these streams and whatnot. So, a shout out to my boss. That, I get surveilled all the time. And if you know what? If I don't do what I'm supposed to do, guess what they do? They fire me. You know what I mean? So it's part of kind of a normal thing. Anyway. All right. So I don't know if you can read that, but
I got it. It says, when I'm depressed, I remember the time Trump had Nancy Pelosi's jet grounded, and the entire country laughed as it played out on live TV. Yeah.
It just brought me back when I read that to that time where she was just trying to give him the finger, and he grounds her jet. What a baller move, man. Just what a baller move. That was so awesome. Oh, it makes me happy. It might be the liquor making me happy, too, right now, people. It's warming me up. So, anyways, moving on. Oh, so Trump says, Trump is the first president in over 100 years to not have a dog. He's made the Democratic Party his bitch instead. It's good. It's funny. It's funny because it's true. Here, I'll read this one too because it's tiny. And we're talking about penises. It's like rational wrong think. Anyways, best thing about Republican women, no penis.
Yeah.
I just ripped on Rational because he can't respond back to me. And he's Australian, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, go ahead.
Elizabeth Warren, right? Like, she spent her whole debate telling us why we should vote for her based on her genitals. Why didn't Bernie just stand up and say, yeah, I'm a woman as well?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that have ended the
right?
whole, right?
I
Like,
know. And could you
said, "Oh,
imagine if
yeah,
one of
yeah."
them came out like as transgender or whatever? They couldn't be taken down by the left and
No.
by other people. That would have been such a baller move, man,
Yeah.
because they wouldn't be able to get taken down by that. They would have to be bowed down to in this current climate that we have. Oh, this is a great one. Take this one. I love this one.
It's alphabet soup. It says Nancy Pelosi has just released a statement. At least have the decency to be sober when you're in front of the cameras, right?
Oh,
Me and you,
God.
that's a different thing. But we're not
We
on
don't
the
have to be
taxpayers'
sober,
dime.
man. Sweet.
Right.
I'm not. I'm trying to work my way not to be that way. And I'm making it their way.
We're
that
not
way.
mush-mouthed yet, though.
That's right. I might get that way though. So stick around, people. We got a few more to do here, but I'm having fun with these. But man, you guys got to stick around for these other segments. They're gonna be on fire. They're gonna be great. This is Snoop Dogg. Sorry, it's really tiny, but it's just all you need to do is see Snoop Dogg, right? And it says, "Me, please taxes, don't be high." Then the taxes. Picture of Snoop Dogg, meaning they're high as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was kind of funny, but anyways, Snoop Dogg's a piece of trash. But this is also small. I'll read this one, Robert. Every time you eat bacon, a Muslim fairy dies. I love it. Take this one.
I better listen to the government and turn in my guns, said no American ever. Yeah. My dad works at a bar in the local town, a club.
Yeah.
And they got a big picture of Native Americans handing in their guns. It says, "Trust us, hand in your guns. Everything will be all right." It's like,
Yeah. All right, next one. Okay, so this one's really small, guys. So I apologize. I'm going to read this one to you, but it says multiculturalism in the front there, and it says, you got Nigel Farage over here. I think it's Nigel saying, "What the hell is going on here?" And then you got the Labor Party saying, "Don't be racist, man." And on multiculturalism, you have a whole bunch of Muslims having their way with a woman. And you have a guy saying, "Don't do that. That's my daughter." And then you have another person over here saying, "All right, you're under arrest for disturbing the peace." And then somebody else saying, "And we at the social services are going to take your daughter from you because you are not a good father." The most offensive thing about this cartoon is that it's all true. And that is so, seriously, and this is a terrible meme because it's so small, nobody can see it. But anyways, it is so true, the fact that that is literally what's happening like in the UK and over in Europe, that Islam, political correctness has run such amok that they can't call out really what this Islamic immigration and culture is doing to the European culture right now. And they have to turn a blind eye to it.
There's a new story out just this week. A new report came out in Manchester that 68 victims, one girl as young as 11, 97 perpetrators, and the police admitted they knew about it for years, let it go, because they're afraid of being called racist. And I just want to say real quick, I personally have at least, I don't know many Muslims personally, because I live in rural Pennsylvania. I know one who's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I'm not saying all Muslims are support of this type of stuff, but it's some from a certain area. It's these refugees coming in from a certain area, and the fact that they're afraid to call it out, to be called racist, what they're really saying is the price of young girls being raped and gang raped is worth me not being called a racist.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying. That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That's your government in the UK.
Yeah,
that's your government.
And it's our government if we would start to stand. This is not hyperbole when we say they want. If you're seeing what's happening in Europe and in the UK right now, they want that here. They are pushing for that here. And it's pretty. Look at what's happening in Michigan for the Dearbornistan up there. I mean, it is a full-on like Islamic hardcore Sharia law pushing enclave in America. Nobody's talking about it. But guys, that could happen, and this is not me being a bigot or a xenophobic, like so many people might like to say. This is me speaking the truth that this could happen here, and Sharia law has this much space or welcome in America, right there. Sorry if that offends you. If it offends you, unsubscribe to me right now and go away. I don't care. Sharia law in America has zero compatibility. Zero compatibility. Get the F out. That's how I feel.
This is the United States of America. We have thousands of cases of female genital mutilation a year now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insanity.
That is
really
insanity.
Is.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. So I'll read this one here. It says, with a Democrat legislator, so this is an article, a snippet from Salon, okay? This isn't really a funny meme. This is actually how the left, and Salon is the left progressive of the left. I mean, they're the communist, tit-sucking fools of all fools, right? But this is how they spin what's happening in Virginia. With a Democratic legislator passing mild gun restrictions, armed militia types threaten violence in Virginia. Well, number one, it's not a mild gun restrictions that they're passing, and any gun restrictions are not mild. Number one, what doesn't matter. But and armed militia types threatening violence. No one's threatening violence. They're saying we are going to stand our ground, come with our guns, support the Second Amendment, and if you don't like it, tough shit. That's what they're doing. But they're not threatening they're going to be shooting people up. And so then the bottom line here says, state of emergency, high tensions in Virginia as right-wing gun fanatics descend on Virginia or on Richmond. Thoughts, Robert?
Yeah. Can you imagine an article from 1950 from Salon? With Democratic legislator passing Jim Crow laws, armed fanatics upset and threaten violence. You know, it's funny, isn't it, how someone defending their rights that our founding fathers thought was other than your right to free speech, was the most important right you have to defend yourself from a tyrannical government. Yeah. They claim people defending those rights are somehow violent thugs. But, you know, if they want to protest for transgender rights and beat the snot out of people with bike locks, that would be noble protest.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's ridiculous. The protests in Virginia, thank God for the patriots that are there in the front line, defending our rights.
Right, and bringing attention to it. And they're the most peaceful guys, all of them, from American Joe to Douglas Ducote to, the Patriot Hour. All these guys that I'm following in my circle that are going there, right? Fluid Arts. What's his name? I want to give him a shout out to his channel. But
yeah,
anyways,
my latest video, by the way, check it out. He's a great guy. Checked out some of his channel. And I just did a video
Fluid
about
Pour Arts. I'll find his channel here a little bit later. We'll put it up there.
Fluid Pour Arts by Greg.
Yeah, Fluid Pour Arts by Greg. Yeah.
Because he names it that because he does do art, but it also has a lot of good kind of discussions like we have on there.
Hey, Rational, actually, would you do that for me? Would you please look up Fluid, what is it called? Fluid Arts by Greg or Fluid
Pour Arts
by Greg. Will you find his link and throw it up in the chat so people can go over there and sub to him? But anyways, those kind of people have all said when they're going here to Virginia, hey, we want to vet the people that are in our small groups because we don't want any yahoos causing problems or anybody infiltrating our group that's going to cause some problems. I'm worried about a ripe situation for a false flag attack on this, for some false flag situation to happen and be blamed on, Constitution-loving Americans that are there to support their rights. That to me is what I'm fearful of happening, because all the guys I follow and all the guys in my circle, by no stretch in the imagination, want to start anything. But I will guarantee you this: you start something with them, and they will finish it. And that's what's going. They're there to stand for their rights. They're not there to shoot something up, to do any kind of terroristic activity. But man, you bring the party to them, and they're down. But that's what we're dealing with here. Anyway,
American Joe's in the chat right now.
American Joe, what up?
Yeah, thanks for being here, American Joe. I was watching his show yesterday talking about this, and there's reports coming out that Antifa plans on marching with the patriots that want to defend the Second Amendment. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but one of the things American Joe said that I think exemplifies exactly what you're talking about. He said, hey, if they're there to stick up for the Second Amendment rights, great.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, these aren't people that are unwilling to listen to people that maybe come from a different background or have different political views. They'll take any ally that understand the importance of the Second Amendment. Yeah. They're not there to start trouble. They're there to defend our rights. That's what it's about. Yep. Now, does that mean everyone in any group, there couldn't be one person that's, a bad person? Sure. Of course. Yeah. You could say the same thing about any group. But these people have expressly said, we're not doing this for violence. We're going there to defend our rights. And we're seeing how the propaganda of allowing people like Antifa that have gone into groups like this before and started violence, such as, at Berkeley, at Charlottesville, places like that. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the people at Charlottesville was terrible. And this group has nothing to do with them.
There was really good people there.
We see how that propaganda, now it allows someone like Governor Northam to say, oh, we can strip you of your Second Amendment rights because there's a threat of violence. When the people that are putting this on, I've even seen right-wing people on Twitter that I follow that are likening people like American Joe, people like, the Patriot Hour and others that are going to be there saying, oh, this is the far right. They're going there to start something. Right-wing people buying into this propaganda.
Yeah.
They're not. They're patriots,
Yep.
and they're risking their reputation. They're risking their safeness to go down there and protect all of our rights, even those that disagree with them.
Yeah. Hey, can I give I totally agree with everything you just said. I want to, everyone in here, I think probably American Joe brought to me, but I want to just give him a shout out. He got me, he pretty much is the one, he and Drone Tech, I think. Drone Tech was a big shout out and help too, but American Joe's been like huge to my channel to get me up over and yours, Robert, both of ours. He's really kind of the sole reason that, I mean, Drone Tech, and I would say Drone Tech and American Joe have been the two guys that have really not just given lip service into getting behind our channels and our content, and have actually went out of their way to give us shout outs. And I love them both, and I think they're awesome, and they forever have, I mean, even though I've never met them in person, but they forever have a friend to me. I'm one of those loyal sons of bitches, man, that it's like, I'm ride or die, dude. I'm to the death. And I love them both very much in a completely heterosexual way and, completely normal way. Not that, hey, bro, if you're a consenting adult and that's the way you swing, whatever, man. Just don't shove it down my throat. No pun intended. Whoa, the alcohol's kicking in. Ba-down. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and let me just say real quick about American Joe. He is the person who's responsible with coming up with the idea to get a Patriot panel together.
That's awesome.
He's the person that understood the importance of promoting independent content creators and patriots. And it's the several times that I've interacted with him, he didn't tell me to say one thing. He didn't tell me I have to agree with him. So I really respect that. And I think that's really amazing. He understands the importance of getting independent content creator and patriots voices out there, even if we don't all agree on everything. And kudos to him. Please, if you're still listening, American Joe, please be safe. Anyone who's going to Virginia, please be safe. And thank you so much for going down there and sticking up for our
rights. I totally agree also, Robert. And we're taking turns, and this is the nice part about having somebody else in the chat. When you're talking, I'm reading some of the chats here. Not everybody in here maybe knows who Rational is, because we've had a lot of new subs by the time that since the last time Rational and I. But he is the Buzz Lightyear from Down Under, and he is a great guy. He is Robert is probably the smartest guy I know really closely in my field of stream. That made no sense. That's the rum talking right there. Oh God, it's gonna be a long stream, man. If I'm already getting a little loose-lipped. But no, so anyways, Robert is one of the smartest guys I know, but Rational is right up there with him. This guy, even though he's Australian and there's not a lot of bright people in Australia, I kid. Rational told me I could say that because he's Australian, and we can make fun of it. That's how Australians are. You let Australians know you love them as you make fun of them. But he's also a very smart guy and very fun to listen to his thoughts. So shout out to Rational too. They're Rational.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel better?
I think he's great. I'd love to do. I'm going to get in touch with you, Rational. I really want to do a live stream about the political climate in Australia. Also, just let me say, from the ages of like 14 to 18, I would say probably once a month I watch Crocodile Dundee, Walkabout Creek. So
yeah. Good day,
sure
Mike.
That's not what it's
Good day,
like
Mike. Let's throw some shrimp on the barbie. He loves it when I say that. He says it's not a thing, but I don't believe him. I don't believe throwing some shrimp on the bob is not a thing. And he says he's tried to teach me how to speak Australian, and every time he does, he goes, you just got to try to not move your mouth and be as lazy as possible with your tongue. I'm like, what kind of language is that where you try not to move your mouth and be lazy with your tongue? Jeez.
Sounds like my kind of
no wonder we shipped you all there to that island, man, back in the day. I can bust on him because he's like one of my closest friends. I love the dude, so I can make fun of him.
See, by the way, real quick, just with the memes, right? Maybe not like you. I think it's important to laugh. Like we talk about serious issues, but you got to be able to joke around. Even the people. Look, I truly mean this. I have friends that are left-wing people. They're not big Trump supporters, and I tell them, I'm like, look. All I can say to you is this: you know me as a person, you know I'm a good person, and we joke around and we laugh. If we could all do that more, I think that we could get rid of this. You're a racist because that stuff's all garbage.
Yeah, totally. All right, let's go to another one here.
Sure.
This one's so great. We're talking about American Joe's gonna love this one. Yeah. It goes, Virginia's governor watching the emergency. Yeah. I just love the look on his face, like, oh shit. Did we just cause that? Oh, we need to get a gate up around here and armed security with MRATs because This could not possibly. Ooh, I'm a little scared about this. You know what? You might have should have just went with the whole blackface and taken that one for the team there, Ralph. Because by trying to divert that attention and gain the loyalty of your leftist turds, by saying that it's okay to kill a living born baby, and literally is what he said. It's okay to kill a living born baby. Not in the mother's womb anymore, and then taking this kind of an extensive, extreme take on taking away and limiting gun rights. This is a bad move, bro. Bad move.
Yeah, and let me tell you, again, one of the things I try to do is reach out to people that maybe normally wouldn't be in our group. I can tell you right now, I've talked to 2 Democrats that are friends of mine that are appalled by what Northam's doing. These are Democrats, and this is the problem that the establishment Democrats don't get. There are plenty of regular, everyday people that will vote Democrat that understand the importance of the Second Amendment and are gun supporters. Yeah. And they're playing with fire. And so we should be reaching out, building those bridges to those people and saying, this is why you have to be skeptical of what the establishment Democratic Party is doing. People like Ralph Northam, they'll strip you of your rights on an innuendo, on a rumor.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going because I can't wait to get. I wonder why we got these 30 people in here. I want to get into some of the articles that are awesome. Little what's his face? Michael. What's his name?
Moore.
Michael Moore. Yeah, this is funny. What a fat freaking slob. Just gross. Okay.
See, I'm allowed to think that because I'm a fat slob. Oh, so are you, even if you're not, because we're not snowflakes. So.
That's right. This to me, and you guys won't be able to read this, so I'll read it to you. It says here, I think armed with this image alone, you could prove to somebody the existence of objective metaphysical evil. I 110% agree. I'm going to reread that. I think armed with this image alone, you could prove to somebody the existence of objective metaphysical evil. It's flipping demonic, guys. Whatever you want to think about, God, this is evil incarnate. When we are praising and sexualizing our children, this is a hot button for me. This is one I talk a lot about, and I just bugs the living shit out of me so bad. Is that we think that this in any way, shape, or form is okay, and we praise this. And if you speak out against this, then you have to bow down. You have to capitulate. Well, guess what? I'm not going to capitulate to this. I'm not going to say this is okay. I'm going to call it out for what it is, evil. And I'm going to be on the right side of history when 20 and 30 years go by and people look back on this time where we were praising this crazy shit, and they're like, what in the hell were they thinking? I'm going to be like, I wasn't thinking it. I'll be an old man at that time. I'm going to raise my hand and say, I wasn't thinking it. I thought this was absolutely insane at that time, too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. My feeling on, I honestly believe this, and I know some conservatives don't agree with me. What 2 consenting adults do, I don't care.
Right.
If you're a man and you want to say you're transgender and dress a woman, I'll still have a beer with you.
Sure.
I don't care. Like your sexual preference or how you dress, I don't care. When you start sexualizing children, it's beyond the pale, period.
Preach. Yes, absolutely. Don't preach because you can preach for a while. So let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I gotta take my windows. This is a great one. The Great Seal of the State of California. Maxine Waters with her pinching a turd loaf right on the side. That's insanity. It's happening in Portland. I think I need to go down and just videotape a 5 or 10 minute video and clip it together of all the crazy homelessness camps because we're like San Francisco 2.0 right now. Portland, Oregon is. It's insane. It's insane, and it's so funny to me. Nobody wants to. One of this coma, when you get put in a coma, he talks about it in this segment later, going how the talking points from the right are going to be that these are democratically controlled cities that are having these problems. But the reality is, and then he doesn't give any facts, the reality is this. That's right. These progressive leftist, governments, local governments, turn their areas into shit holes. And so that is why more people are, that California, if it didn't have the immigration coming in, right? If it didn't have immigration coming in, it would be losing, siphoning out people like crazy right now. People are getting the hell out of California because it's ruined everything. And Bloomberg has the balls on him. He has a set on him to come out and say that California should be the model for the nation. Are you kidding me right now? Holy crap.
Well, and I say this all the time in my videos. These places, San Francisco and LA, this is the globalists, this is the socialists, this is the establishment Democrats, like kind of testing ground. This is exactly what they want. It is a return to feudalism, right? Yeah. And it's not just right-wing people that believe this. There's postmodernists, philosophers such as Michel Foucault. He called this biopower. When you give the government the power to give you life, so you're totally reliant on them through welfare, through food subsidies, whatever, then you give them the power to take your life away. They are literally returning us to the dark ages. They want a world where Mark Zuckerberg and Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters sit in a castle on the hill in Hollywood, and then us plebes all beg for food on the streets, living in our own filth. This is what they want for the country, and not just in the United States. This is what they're trying to do in the UK. It's what they're trying to do in Germany. It's what they're trying to do in France, etc. This is their dream. So when you vote Democrat, when you talk about the beauties of, Brexit was a bad idea, or, globalism's good, this is what they want. So why don't you pay a visit to San Fran and get a good look at what your future will be if these people ever get total control.
Amen. Cosmopolitan back in the, I don't know how long ago it was because it's cut off a little bit. Cosmopolitan now, right? This is just, let's just look at that for one more second and just be like,